if it'll give a recap.
Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, there lived a pair of crafty goblins.
The crafty goblins did everything together, until one day, when darkness overwhelmed the big wooden house in which they lived.
Blamed for the darkness, Brother Goblin was forced to leave the forest, while his sister had to stay behind.
"10 years later, they were finally reunited, and together, they decided to confront the darkness in the big wooden house.
Though they sought the help of their friends in the forest, they found that no one wanted to delve into the long-gone past.
This is how the goblins found themselves alone in the woods, trying to discover why darkness had submerged the big wooden house.
Okay, so context for that is hold that thought.
Tomorrow we should play Compass and North Star in the woods. Be sure to wear your hat then. You be sure to wear your hat.
Oh, I've seen it multiple times. Sorry, hold on.
All right, who wants ice cream?
Me!
Eat up.
Without a word, she went out and buried the tiara in the ground beneath the sapling. And as the final scoop of dirt fell, the tiara felt truly gone, and with it, the final link to her old self. She could only go forward and find a new place for herself in this world, where she was no longer truly a princess in a tiara and a beautiful gown, but a wan woman, alone in a deep and ancient wood. And that was how the princess lost her most precious treasure, and her title.
I don't like that story. There were no goblins, and it was depressing.
We won't read it again.
I love you, Mom.
I don't know.
Not me. Just kidding. Love you, Mom.
Mwah. I love you too.
Well, we're both outside fighting now.
Sleep well and dream, my doves.
Ollie? Ollie? What a waste.
Nice.
Yeah, you got hit quite a bit. That's all.
Ollie? Allison, help!
As soon as you moving the chemical.
So that was the same night?
I think I like AP20s more. Situations I get in seem that bullshit. Situations I get in seem to further. Yeah, for sure.
killed her.
Oh shit. I've never gotten scissors with my ice cream. I know, really. Can I get scissors with my ice cream? Okay, so basically, like I was saying, the context of that beginning intro part, or rehash, is that the kids, or the two main characters and their mom, create a story with a princess and two gnomes and the animals in the forest and all that, and it's telling the story based off of that, since that story is actually theirs, but told in, like, analogy of the forest and the house and yada yada. His face.
Hey. You doing all right?
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives, you know?
And instead, we've spun off a whole miserable prequel trilogy. Okay. No. We're not letting ourselves do this again. Come on, up. Mind-numbing labor's a great way to forget your troubles.
Can't we
Maybe
just have
she's not
coffee
wrong.
instead?
No. On your feet, soldier. Let's take a break from packing and sort out the furniture. If we get enough done, I'll drive you into town and buy you a gallon of ice cream.
Mint chocolate chip, 2 gallons. Let's do this.
Nice. That's pretty impressive how they managed to move in slow motion. I know, really. Nice.
Goblin face is keep, $ sign is donate or sell, and trash can is, well, trash. By the way, I cleared out most of the stuff from the bathroom this morning, but I left you the toilet.
How very generous of you.
It's like, how sweet of you. Thank you.
What about that dresser?
If you want your towels to rot, go for it.
Oh, Mr. Player. Oh, that's Player.
Maybe someone could clean it up? It's well made.
Your call.
We'll keep it.
Keeping it.
Well, Jesus Christ.
I
Let me.
have no idea where he's at. I can't see it.
Thanks for clearing out those cabinets.
Not my pleasure.
Why can we smell this?
Oh, ew, ew, ew. Raven Sarah.
Oh,
That-
God.
you got me. He's,
I can
no,
still
he's on,
taste
he's on
it.
the bridge.
Put it
yeah.
away. Ugh.
On the road.
What is Raven Sarah?
Say ah.
Yeah.
I remember cutting off shaving cream beards with these.
Yeah.
That's great. Let's see, anything over here? Nice. I guess I don't get to talk to him, huh? What is this? Dumpin' cake? Cherries, crushed pineapple, walnuts. Crossed out by twins. Chocolate chips. I like their style for the cake. Mixed flour, salt, sugar, baking powder, butter, cold. Wait, hold up. Bake 350 degrees. Every day, please, Mom. Like, is this like an actual, like, recipe? Like, could I actually make this and have it taste good? Because it kind of sounds like it would taste good.
Not a big fan of the full setup.
Ancient appliances, you are staying here. Although, that oven looks in okay enough shape.
No way. We are not moving the oven.
I like how it's just like, nope, forget it, forget you. Like, sticky note, yes.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Oh, man. That's adorable. Well, it's like, we'll keep you, mate. We'll keep you. Yes, take the oven. Just fit it nicely in your inventory. Yes.
You hungry? We have a whole lot of nothing.
I was hoping maybe you could make me one of those pickle and ketchup sandwiches.
I'm sorry, sir. We are all out of pickles today. Could I interest you in a ketchup-only sandwich? Looks like there's still a bottle back here.
Ew.
Says the guy who used to eat peanut butter with ranch.
Ew.
So good.
What is wrong with you? Tyler, we need to have a talk.
Crummy table and wobbly chairs. We could make some pretty good money if we sell this. And I know I'd end up eating on the couch most of the time anyway.
Oh. Oh, God. What's that smell?
What's that smell?
Not over here. I'm assuming it's over here somewhere, but where?
Ugh, what's that smell? Smells like delicious garbage.
Ew.
Ooh, yes, delicious indeed. Or could it be Stinky Pants Sam? Oh, Stinky Pants Sam!
Come on now. Sam got that smell getting a skunk out of our barn. Be nice.
A skunk? What did you do to her? Is she okay?
Sure is. She just went hunting for food and couldn't get back out. All she needed was a little nudge to get her on her way.
Huh.
Sam Kansky, hero of skunk kind.
I remember being super impressed by him, and it made me want to be a wild animal superhero too.
Oh
I mean, I eat scrambled eggs with ketchup, but you. So do I. I'll eat scrambled eggs with ketchup all day. It's also good with salsa, by the way. You ranch with everything, and I wouldn't do that. Yeah,
Allison,
that just sounds gross.
I asked you to clean up the coffee table 3 times already.
Oops, I forgot.
Here, let me get on that then.
All right, I'll clean it up.
Thanks. While you do that, I'll check out the furniture. I'm guessing you want to keep the coffee table?
If there's anything you want, speak now.
I'm not really planning on bringing furniture to Denali. And if I need a base in Juneau, you'll have all the furniture I need.
How very non-committal of you.
Nice.
All right, I'll keep it.
Yeah, I guess it's not too bad looking at a table. Nick.
I really like that armchair.
It'll look sharp next to your tree stump nightstand.
I'll be the most stylish mountain man ever. But I was actually thinking it should go in your library.
Library? We may not even have a living room.
I have faith in you.
Maybe it'll be salvageable with a deep clean?
Are
I'm
you
sorry,
gonna
this is
keep doing
funny.
that?
Yes.
And finally.
Yeah, we're just gonna
I
keep
hate
doing
to
it.
say it, but the couches get a one-way ticket to the dump.
No protest here. I think I have permanent knee damage from a decade of bumping into the corner of those damn things.
Well, then that's it for the living room. You are relieved from your duties.
Why, thank you,
Ooh,
sir.
I could turn this thing into a terrarium. Hey, remember Volcano?
Who or what now?
That's a nice vase.
I wonder if my horse figurine is still in there.
You're what now?
You know, my blue toy horse. With the kind of melted face. The one you stole from me.
What? That never happened.
Yeah, it did. I won it at that little Halloween carnival they had at the school every year. You grabbed it and hid it in the pot. Then when I tried to get it back, you said there was a snake inside too.
Nice. Oh, siblings.
Whatever you say, Horseface.
We have the same face.
Kind of, yeah. That's probably kind of the point of twins.
Lasagna! Lasagna!
Finish your salad first. Thank you.
Lasagna does sound good.
Lifesaver.
Oh, don't worry about it. They're just leftovers from the restaurant.
What about Volcano? She needs to eat her lunch too.
Oh, you're quite right, love.
She can have my corn.
Nice.
Here you go, little one. You must be hungry too.
Tessa really did keep us all fed.
She always tried to take care of everyone. Still does, I guess.
What to do with this?
It is a kind of a neat little table, I will say. I'd say keep it.
Tables are expensive. And besides, this one's an Allison and Tyler original.
I'm assuming that's related. Well, no, it's not related to that. What's underneath?
Allison,
What's this doing down here? Is that gum? Ugh. I guess
Wait,
that was probably me.
Goblins were here. Yes.
hey,
That's
can you
great.
come here for a sec?
Let's see, this is gonna turn into that part from the beginner's guide where you keep cleaning, isn't it? Gonna need you to clean up the dishes, scrub the bathroom, make the bed, turn the rug, and put those books in order. After that, do the dishes, clean the bathroom. It's starting to feel that way, yes. But before we go talk to him,
Everywhere I look, there's just stuff, stuff, and more stuff.
Marianne the Magpie.
Hello, ancient broken down machines that will be the future
Allison.
owner's problem.
Hold that thought, Tyler. I'm busy.
We don't really want to keep anything in here, right?
What do you mean?
And what do you know? More stuff.
In fairness, bitch, this is your stuff.
5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. Hey, Tyler. How does 5 little monkeys go again? 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell down and bumped his head.
Mama called the doctor. The doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
Or out of a tree.
Don't say that. Mama's gonna be so mad you had to go to the hospital.
Rip.
She worries way too much about what people think. Everything okay up there?
When's Mom coming
She'll
home?
be here soon. Is anyone hungry?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Ah. I see.
You scared me to death when you fell out of that tree. I cried most of the way to Tessa's house.
It
Nice.
was kind of exciting going to the hospital, but the part after that with Marianne, that was less fun.
I remember the look that Tessa gave her when she finally came home. If looks could kill, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Marianne was
general
a
sentiment,
mess.
so.
Hey, did you finish packing upstairs?
Nope.
There's way too much junk to sort through.
We just got started. What the
Baloney.
heck?
Guess who I found? Baloney.
Allie Belly Baloney? Why, yes. I would love to have a tea party with you. Again. For the 3rd time today.
I mean, obviously.
We should gather up all our old toys and give them to charity.
What's that?
I said we should give our old toys to charity.
Oh, good idea. Except for maybe 1 or 2?
Softy. Will this ever stop feeling so weird?
I like how I'm supposed to be able to read that. Congratulations, you found the map. That will lead you on with no mishap. Follow my trails of Drinkwing Stone, with perchance you'll escape the unknown. They have a blanket for it. They do, and it's adorable.
So long, trusty bunk beds.
Dear Solly, how are you? I'm in the boathouse and everything is going very well. I'm writing this letter to formally invite you to my tea party. I will prepare tea and cookies, and you can meet my dearest friend Baloney, who I know you will love. Please come this afternoon at 4 p.m. Kind regards, Allison. Dear Allison, thank you so much for the invitation. Everything is good here too. No beavers in sight though. I will be here at 4:50 p.m. because I need to make sure to feed the birds or Mom will go crazy. See you soon, Sir Ollie. Nice. Blanket forts are great in the summer. Just have a fan on the inside. I love me a blanket fort. Like, no joke. Me and blanket forts, I'm all for them. To Ollie from Los Angeles may not understand the laughs we have together and the love we share for each other, but I know whatever happens, every goblin has a twin. I love you. Happy Siblings Day. Aww. Yeah,
So,
sweet.
you gonna come back down to help me, or what? But soft, what light through yonder... Oh, wait.
There's a paper plane stuck in the ceiling light.
Maybe it has a secret message from our past selves. Find something to knock it down.
I could use that ball. Okay, let's see if I can still do this.
$5 says you miss.
Nice.
Oh my god. Wow. This is unreal.
Hey, Tyler.
Pays for horses, Allison.
It drove me so crazy when Marianne said that.
I like he just puts it right back down on the ground, like just straight up picks it up and then puts it back down.
Hey,
Ugh, gross stain is gross.
what happened?
Some unfortunate spillage that brought about the end of indoor tea parties. I hid the stain with my toys, forgetting that they would eventually be picked up.
Brilliant move, Ronan.
Well, I seem to recall a time you stole an egg, put it on the couch, and sat on it because you wanted a pet chicken.
We don't talk about that.
Of course.
Well, at least I didn't leave a stain.
Feeling called out over here.
What's up?
Should I throw these pictures out?
I mean, most of them are pretty happy memories.
I guess.
You look cute here.
That's not me. I mean, it is, but
But not really. I get it.
it's just weird. Seeing myself like that again. Damn. Didn't think a picture could throw me like this anymore.
I'm sorry. That sounds really rough.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm like 1,000 times better. But I've got a ways to go before I'm comfortable taking my shirt off. Which is why I'm scheduling my top surgery as soon as we sell this house. No more putting a binder on every morning. God, that sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah, totally. Just so you know, I'll be there to help out when you do. Whatever you need.
Thanks.
All right. What's your verdict, Ronan?
You know what? I'll keep a few. To remind us how far we've come.
That seems cool. That was a great mistake on Tyler's part. It really was. That's cool.
Oh man, I love this one.
Why do I look so pissed? I remember loving this.
Maybe because Marianne was sticking a camera in your face?
Come on, smile, like Allison.
Come on, honey, smile like Allison.
Hold up your fish.
It's not my fish anymore. Allison stole it.
Man.
My sister, the fish thief.
You were just being bratty.
Was I, though?
Yes. All I did was help clean it when we were out on the porch. Eddie had to force you to share.
How dare you help clean it? Rude.
Starting the fire again?
Yeah, I'm gonna boil some water. You want something to drink?
Ooh, this is a hard choice. Do I want coffee or tea?
Would you rather have instant coffee or instant coffee?
Nah, sorry. I'm more of a tea person.
Aw.
Get it? Tea.
Oh,
As in,
good God. The joke was so bad.
How long have you been waiting to make that joke?
longer than I'm willing to admit.
I am so glad Eddie came through on the caffeine.
Shh, did you hear that?
The Ice King is sending us a warning.
Oh my God.
For your punishment, said the Ice King, you shall be banished from the forest. If you dare come back before the new moon, you shall feel my anger in your gut. Hear it in the wind. Whoosh!
Huh. Do you think the Ice King would really react that way? He may be intimidating, but he's always fair and never mean.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe he tells the goblins to help the people they hurt instead?
Great idea, sweetie. Why don't we think about it at dinner? I'll put everything away for safekeeping while you go wash your hands.
Can you put them in the binder so they don't get stained?
Of course, love.
I still think my dark and twisty version was better.
We put so many hours into that book.
Yeah.
I'm moving
The
in.
binder was
Moving
full
up.
of extra drawings and incomplete stories. Think they're all still in the kitchen drawer?
I don't
We
think
should go
so.
take a look.
The regular scale.
Hell yeah. The Ice King's gonna give him a bad indigestion? Yes. Oh. You meant over here.
Hey, Allison, let's look at our drawings. Allison's
Opening
first
back door?
drafts. Right. Because I didn't contribute at all.
Come on. I know you did. I can't believe she kept all these.
You'd think putting them on the fridge for a couple of weeks would have been enough.
Nope. Never.
You know how we thought of ourselves as the goblins? Did you ever get the sense that maybe Marianne was the princess in the stories?
Yeah. She called her bedroom the princess's sanctum, and she was all alone in the
Outside
woods,
building.
in this house, until we showed up.
She was. Alone, but with a few friends who helped her along the way.
What are you doing?
Research. So, if Marianne was the princess, then who were all the rest?
And here we go.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
Humor
let's
me.
see. Well, before we do that, I want to actually read through a couple more of these stories because I feel like they're eventually going to become relevant. We read this one. The Bear and the Prince. We read that one. Wait, did we? The beaver fixes the house. We did this one, so we didn't read this one. So I'll read this one and then one or two others maybe. Let's see. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. One night, a particularly violent storm shook the house. It shook the shingles on the roof and the planks in the walls.
Hiding bush.
It even shook the beams on which the house stood, blowing the whole thing near to the ground. Princess hid in a closet, fearing the house would come down on her as she slept. In the morning, the house was still standing, but it was badly damaged. The storm had blown shingles off the roof and planks off the walls, and even bent the post upon which the house stood. First few things she could fix, but the last concerned her. What will I do? Despaired the wise princess, for though she knew many things, she did not know how to fix the big wooden house. Just then, the old bear came by to see if the princess had any trouble. When he found her nailing planks back into place, he said, "Stop, princess, let me do that for you." "I'm happy to do it," said the princess. "If you want to help with the roof, you may." When the pair were done with the roof and the walls, they examined the bent support post. "I could throw my body against it," said the old bear. "I am very large." He stretched up onto his hind legs, being sure the princess could appreciate how very large he was, then charged straight at the post. He threw his body against it with an impressive thud. The impact moved the post, but too far, and it ended up bent the other direction. The wise princess decided more precision was needed. She thought then of the very old beaver, who kept an excellently crafted dam. Perhaps she can help. She went looking for the very old beaver, and found an industrious animal hard at work slapping down mud on a part of her dam that had been blown apart. Most of the structure was unharmed, because the beaver was very good at building things. Princess knew she had come to the right place. "Beaver," she said, "my house was damaged in the storm. Would you help me fix it?" "I believe I could do that, yes," said the very old beaver, and she paused at fixing her own den to follow the princess. The very old beaver examined the big wooden house and nodded. "It's an easy fix," she said, and she set about riding the post with loud slaps of her tail. When she was done, the wise princess stroked the beaver's head. "Thank you, beaver," she said. "The wind blew the shingles off the roof and the planks off the walls and even bent this post. Now, thanks to you, I still have a home." "Think nothing of it," said the very old beaver, who returned to her work on her old den once again. That winter, the very old beaver grew ill, very ill. She was unable to fix her den, nor to gather food. When the princess found out, she set about delivering meals to the beaver. She brought stews of corn and beans and baskets full of bark and twigs from the beaver's favorite aspen. One day, the wise princess noticed that the beaver's den had begun to fall apart. She set about fixing it, and though she was not as talented as the very old beaver, the fix kept the creature warm and dry. "Thank you," said the very old beaver. "Of course," said the princess. "You helped me when the storm blew my house near to the ground." Thanks to you, I still have a home, and I am happy to do the same. The princess continued to nurse the old beaver until the day she came to the dam and the forest was still. No birds sang, no branches rustled, no small things skittered within the underbrush. Oh, said the princess, staring sadly at the dam, for she knew the old beaver had passed on. Goodbye, my friend. And that is how the very old beaver saved the big wooden house, and how the wise princess repaid her kindness. Oh, goodbye, beaver friend. Yeah, that suddenly explains why the beaver wasn't at the party. Because I was wondering about that last week, like, because we have this party and, like, well, it shows the beaver there, though. I guess maybe these are just out of order.
I just had that. Oh god.
But I don't know if that's just, like, in the drawing, but she wasn't actually at the party. Like, I'm confused. Alright, let's see. The goblins in the ice cave. Okay, let's see what the goblins in the ice cave do. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, the crafty goblins were playing near a glacier when they discovered a hole in the ice. They crept through a gradually widening passage and found themselves inside a spacious ice cave. Light spilled down the undulating blue-white walls in a way that made them look like electric waterfalls, and a column made up of hundreds of icicles stood in the center. This was a time before the goblins had settled beneath the old wooden house, and they had nowhere to live. Perhaps we could live here, they said excitedly. Moments later, the sound of stomping feet interrupted their play, and they realized that perhaps someone already lived here. They hid behind the boulder to wait and see. The old bear sauntered into the cave, shaking powdery snow from his coat. He let out a giant yawn and lay down in the corner of a pile of tree boughs, snoring within seconds. When they were sure he was deep asleep, the goblins conspired to claim the cave for themselves. They chipped away at the glacier until they had filled a basket full of ice, then hid once more behind their boulder and started tossing chunks of it on the sleeping bear. Now, Old Bear was not the smartest creature in the forest, so when he woke up covered in ice, he roared, "My cave is collapsing!" Then he lumbered to his feet and ran outside before the whole thing could come down on top of him. The goblins crept out after him and did a loop before coming back to find him sitting outside. "What happened?" they asked. "My cave. It's collapsing," bemoaned the old bear. "And it's time for me to hibernate. Where will I stay for winter?" It did not occur to the goblins that the old bear had settled in for winter, and they felt a little bad. They did not want the old bear to know what they had done, so instead they offered to help him find a new den. Together they searched. They inspected cavernous stone and hollow trees and deeply pocketed knolls. Nothing they found was as beautiful as the ice cave, but the old bear settled on a packed what? Packed earthen hollow. Okay. Earthen hollow that would keep him warm and dry for his long sleep. "Good night," he yawned, and the goblins gleefully returned to their new home. In the spring, the old bear woke and went for a nice long walk to stretch his legs. His path took him right up to his old cave, where he heard the curious sound of laughter. Making his way inside, he was surprised to find that his cave was intact, and the goblins were inside playing a game. "What is this?" growled the bear. The goblins stopped playing and looked ashamed. "We're sorry, old bear," said the goblins, "but we had nowhere to live, and it's just so beautiful. We didn't realize we were about to hibernate, and then we couldn't bear to tell you what we'd done." The old bear was angry at the trick, but the young goblins looked appropriately ashamed, and so he said, "Come with me." He led the crafty goblins to the hollow in which he had hibernated for winter. "You two can have this spot," he said, "and look. Someone had built a big wooden house right over top it." "No one lives there now," said Old Bear, "but one day, maybe someone will." The earthen hollow was not as beautiful as the ice cave, but it kept the goblins warm and dry, and they were excited that someday they might have someone living overhead, someone who baked cakes and tolerated their mischief. And that is the story of how the crafty goblins tried to steal the cave of the old bear, and how they got their own instead. Aww, that's kind of sweet. Alright, one more, and then we continue with the story. Or the game. Once upon a time, in an ancient deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. The house was built from the strong wood of the forest, and it kept the princess warm and safe. The princess was not a native of the forest, but she never spoke about where she had come from, for it made her cry. She did not have many friends, but that was how she liked it. The forest was big and deep, and many paths led to her house, but not many visitors passed by. The princess was happy to be left alone in the big house in the deep forest. She knew that the forest would provide for her, but that its generosity had to be respected, so she only took what she needed. And for a long time, life was just fine for the princess in the big wooden house. One winter day, when snow blanketed the earth and ice bent the trees low, The wise princess realized that food was disappearing from her house. It was not much at first, only a few fruits and nuts and eggs vanishing during the night. Maybe it's the birds, she said, or the mice. And for a time, the princess was okay with losing some food for the winter was long, and little creatures needed to eat too. But then, small items started to disappear as well. Spoons and plates, forks and knives, and blankets. It was as if every time she was in one part of the house, something disappeared in another. That can't be birds or mice, said the princess. I think I have a thief. So she went outside to look for traces in the snow and noises in the wind, but there was nothing to be found, nor to be heard. That's strange, said the princess. Maybe the thief is hiding inside my house. For many days she hunted, looking behind curtains and under the bed, in the attic and the chimney, behind the poles and under the carpets, but she found nothing. And as she searched, food kept on disappearing night after night. I will make a cake, frowned the princess. A big cake, with every egg and fruit and nut I still have. But I only have one thing to keep my eye on. She spent the whole day making the cake, and using everything she had left. The cake she made was so big she could hardly carry it. If I manage to protect the cake, I'll be able to survive the long winter, she said. So she added a lock to the oven, and she kept the big cake safe inside. But the next morning, the lock had been opened, and the cake had disappeared. At first, the princess cried, because that cake was the last of her food until the snow melted. But then she noticed 2 trails of tiny feet and spilled flour, and she followed the tracks to a hidden hatch in the floorboards. This is how the princess realized that 2 tiny thieves were living under the wooden house, right below her feet. Interesting. Okay. Alright, we will continue reading those later. Alright, who's who?
The bear was the most helpful one. He was always around.
Stalking her?
What? No.
I mean, he was kinda always there, lurking.
Poor Moose. Really didn't do him justice.
Justice? Kind of ironic, huh?
Considering he was the lawful good one.
Too bad the law isn't really just.
And let me see, Pelican.
Pelican.
She was the most generous one.
Yeah, but there was always a catch.
Okay, so I think we know which one that one is.
You
done?
go here. This one.
Maybe like that? Yes.
All right, I think I'm done.
You sure?
On second thought, let me just give it a once-over.
Yeah, let's swap those 2. Yeah, that seems right.
This time I've got it.
We'll see.
How do you like them apples?
You know, I think you might be onto something. What about these guys? I don't see them being real-life people. Or this one.
Okay, so that's the Mad Hunter, I believe.
The specific human attributes you have assigned to these forest animals are truly thought-provoking.
Indubitably.
Yep, totally Marianne.
Why a princess, though? Why not a queen?
She hated authority.
Yeah, she'd have been a terrible ruler.
You better hurry, or the Mad Hunter will catch us! We need to hide. This way! What's going on? I don't know. Is he here? Is he really here? I don't know. I'm scared. Go away! Yeah! Go back to the forest!
Oh. That's weird.
I forgot about that. We'd been pretending he was there.
And then, suddenly he was.
That was the only time that happened, right?
No.
Allison. Wait. It felt way too real. It was...
Us. Pushing our imagination way too far.
Great. Sam Kansky, Grandmaster of Bad Timing. We're not done with this conversation.
Morning, Sam.
Ahoy, goblins! I ran into Chief Brown, who said you were starting the cleanup on the house this morning, so, I kind of figured you might need some supplies.
Thank you. That was very thoughtful.
Oh, also got something for you, Tyler. Every man needs a good knife. There you are.
Aw.
Thanks, Sam.
Good. Good, yeah.
That's
and
very
before I
kind of
forget,
him.
For the lady of the house.
What the fuck is that?
It was your mom's favorite recipe. Still make it darn near every week. Think of her every time.
Thanks. But we don't have a stove. Still no electricity.
Oh, yeah. The fuse box is busted. Just another thing I've been meaning to put back together around here.
Where is it? I can take care of it.
Oh, I don't doubt you can. But, I've been kicking this thing back to life for the last 20-some years. I'll give you a hand.
All right.
Box is in the barn. Follow me.
We'll be right behind you.
Why would it be in the barn?